Hello, good evening. Welcome to Sports Today. We are now here to give you a rundown, really, of the several Euro 2020 matches, the final group matches for Groups E and Group F. Of course, this is the final day of group matches of the European Championship. So, what do we have in what do we have tonight? 9:30 p.m. India Standard Time. Two matches going to be played. In fact, Sweden versus Poland and Slovakia versus Spain. While at 12:30 a.m. India time, you have two more matches where France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary, these four teams will be in action. So that's quite a lineup. Portugal versus France and Hungary, Germany versus Hungary. There, some interesting games lined up in in the European Championship. Group E, for starting with Group E, was the position like this: Sweden with 4 points, Slovakia 3 points, Spain 2 points, and Poland 1 point there. Not really many, not a lot of people expected Sweden and Slovakia to be numbers one and two in Group E, but here they are. Slovakia, remember, drew against Spain, and then Sweden, beg your pardon, had drawn against Spain, and they had defeated Slovakia. And Slovakia, after the defeat to Sweden, had stunned Poland. So that's been quite a journey for Group E. Spain are taking on Slovakia, and what they need here, they need a win, and even a draw can take them through if it's a high scoring draw. If they lose, that's it, they're out. Spain have, of course, drawn both their matches against Poland and Sweden. Goal scoring has been an issue for the Spanish team there. Mota scored against Poland, but that clearly wasn't enough. They lack that fear factor that they used to bring with them, Spain. And tough questions will be asked of Luis Enrique. Remember, they did not pick up, he did not pick a single player from Real Madrid. And if they fail to qualify, he will have to answer several questions. Of course, the return of Sergio Busquets, the captain, after testing negative for COVID-19, that will give them a big boost there. It will be a morale booster to have Busquets back. He, of course, joined the squad in their last game, but he will definitely be available for selection tonight. Then, also remember, Spain were knocked out of that initial round of 16 by Russia at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. What does the second match at 9:30 p.m. hold? Poland versus Sweden. Sweden have been absolutely impressive. They were guaranteed a spot in the round of 16, remember, and even if they lose tonight, they will go through as one of the best third place teams. Also, the format for this European Championship has changed going into the round of 16 with 24 teams from here. Paul Sousa. Uh, Poland's big boost, of course, is the return of Lebaronski. He was in good form in this game against Spain, but Paul Sousa, the manager, will be under pressure. Remember, the previous Polish manager, Perskeg, was sacked for not bringing the best out of Lewandowski. So there's a lot going on there. A lot will depend on how this Bayern Munich star performs. Well, I need nothing less than a win. They will have to win. It's a must-win game, must-win game for them to progress into the round of 16. Right then, coming to Group F, what was built as a group of death before the tournament in the lead up to Euro 2020. It's another fascinating final day of group matches there. Just look at what the points table is placed like. France 4 points, Germany 3 points, Portugal also on 3 points, Hungary on 1 point. Then how are these teams going to be faring up against each other? France, of course, take on Portugal, the defending champions, and the world champions France take on the defending European champions Portugal, and then Germany versus Hungary. France versus Portugal. Well, you could talk about it. It should be in all prospects a pretty riveting game there. Uh, France, Portugal, they need either a win or a draw to progress through to the round of 16. Also, if Portugal win, they will top Group F. France, the world champions, have already qualified for the round of 16. Um, it's one thing to look at how defending champions, if you're a Portugal fan, Portugal Ronaldo fan, it's defending champions have not really had it very easy. Remember the 2012 champions, Spain were knocked out in the round of 16 at Euro 2016. It's Can Portugal break their jinx? Can they avoid a group stage exit here. That needs to be seen. Goal scoring, unlike some of the other teams, that has not been a problem for Portugal. But what they did was they conceded 4 goals against Germany in that defeat. Pepe and Ruben Dias have the quality, but can they really come to the party? Can they really step up tonight? That has to be seen. That's something that you'd want to watch, of course. France, on the other hand, they've quite they haven't really, been spectacular. They haven't been on fire. They haven't been on song in Euro 2020. But what matters is that they have 4 points, and their coach Didier Deschamps really would want them to win and top this group. That's with of course. There's also a little bit of criticism around Mbappe and Karim Benzema for failing to finish in their last 2 games. So the French will be under a bit of microscopic glare tonight when they take on Portugal. That's also the fact is that they have scored just 2 goals, remember, 1-0 in their victory over Germany, and then they drew 1-1 against Hungary. So they need some more goals, they need more scoring spree. But France will, they are a talented team if you look at it. Among the best teams in the world, and they are the world champions. They'll have multiple years, and it'll be time to really take that up a notch further tonight versus Portugal. Germany versus Hungary. Then Germany, of course, they stormed back to form with a sensational 4-2 victory over Portugal. They had lost to France in their opening game. They had lost 1-0. But they tonight face a tricky team in Hungary. They are pretty. It's not an easy team to take on. They have, of course, Hungary are coming off that 1-1 draw against the French. Um, there's plenty again at stake for Germany. They had failed to get out of the group stages at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Joachim Low will be under pressure as well. He would want to make sure that this is not his last match with Germany, because he remember he's stepping down as German coach after the 2020 Euro. So Germany will have to definitely win against Hungary to go through to the round of 16. If they don't, that's it. That's the end of the campaign for Germany, and more significantly, that's the end of Joachim Low as German manager. He wouldn't want to go out on a damn squib, really, on such a low note. Also, of course, even a draw might help them progress, but then there has to be a good goal difference there. A defeat is certainly the end of the campaign for Germany. Thomas Müller will all eyes will be on Thomas Mueller as well. He's yet to peak. But he's the kind of player he's known to peak on big occasions in the big games. So that will be interesting to see how Tom Mueller goes about his game. On the other hand, of course, Hungary, like I said already, it's a tricky team. It's a very very tricky team, and it'll be sure to push Germany. And so there's a good battle on our hands there. Thank you so much. That's the update for the Euro 2020. These matches, of course, we'll summarize those for you at 10 in the morning and bring some more from the European Championship. Meanwhile, that riveting contest between India and New Zealand at the World Test Championship final is underway right now. R. Ashwin put New Zealand under some pressure, removing openers Tom Latham and Devon Conway. But Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor, after struggling to get going. They were bogged down for a while. They now seem to be in fine touch. They're 70 for 2, chasing a target of 139 to win the World Test Championship. I'll be back with you very shortly to tell you more about that final. It's very invigorating, interesting match underway at Southampton. Do stay glued to Sports Today, and please subscribe to Sports Today to get more and more updates from the world of sports. Thank you so much. Have a very good evening.